We began with some review. Given this shape, find these sine, tangent, and cosine ratios. These are the answers. Alright, section 3 is titled Solving Right Triangles. That means find every unknown side and angle measure. So, as an example, if we're given this picture, we know this angle measure and this 90-degree angle measure and this side length of 10. We don't know this side length, or this angle measure. So to solve this triangle, we are given these things in white, and we weren't given these red circles. So we'd have to do the work to find those. We did this in class. I'm not going to go through and do that right now for the video, but you can see how we found the length of side BC. Sine of 50 degrees is equal to the opposite side divided by the hypotenuse, which is BC. We can multiply both sides by BC so that only 10 is left on the right, and we'll have BC times sine of 50. Then we'll divide both sides by sine of 50. So 10 divided by sine of 50 degrees is what BC was equal to. Similarly, we could use a trig ratio to find the length of AB. For example, since we already know this is 40, we could do tangent of 40 degrees is the opposite side, AB, divided by the adjacent side, which is 10. And then multiplying both sides by 10. AB would be 10 times tangent of 40 degrees. All right, what else? What if we are asked to find the measure of angle E? Well, then we'll use SOHCAHTOA, and tangent of E degrees is equal to the opposite side divided by the adjacent side. So tangent of E degrees is 4/12, or a third. Well, we need to know what E is. We need to get rid of tangent. And the way you get rid of anything in algebra is by doing the inverse operation. So the inverse tangent is what we need to do to both sides of the equation. So take this blue equation, and on the left in red we'll do the inverse tangent, and on the right we'll do the inverse tangent. So this is a key in our calculator. I'll show you in the next slide how to find it. And the inverse tangent of tangent, they undo each other, leaving us just with E. So E is equal to the inverse tangent of 1/3, and we can do that on our calculator. At this point, we received our tests, got to look at them and ask questions, and it was out of 24 points total. All right, so you already have seen the sine key and the cosine key and the tangent key. Well, above those keys in blue is the sine inverse key, the cosine inverse key, and the tangent inverse key. So to use the blue sine inverse, we'll have to do the second key first and then hit this key. Here's another example of an inverse trig function. Cosine of x equals 0.8. What is x equal to? Well, we need to get rid of cosine. So to get rid of the cosine function, we do the opposite, which is the inverse cosine function of the left side and the inverse cosine of the right side. These cancel out, so we're left with x. It's exactly equal to the inverse cosine of 0.8. And if we put that in our calculator, that's about 36.87. All right, in this problem, we're supposed to determine which angle of the triangle is angle A. If side of A is 4/5, so we're just going to do that one. If side of A is 4/5, then which angle is angle A? Your options are angle 1 or angle 2. We know that the sine ratio is 4/5, and that represents the ratio of opposite side divided by hypotenuse side. So are we at angle 1 when the opposite in hypotenuse has a ratio of 4:5? Let's see. At angle 1, the opposite side is 8, and the hypotenuse is 10. So sine of angle 1 is the opposite side over the hypotenuse, which reduces to 4/5. That's the one. It didn't work at angle 2 because sine of angle 2 would be the opposite side over the hypotenuse, which is 6/10, which is not 4/5. We needed 4/5. So we'd definitely be at angle 1. For problems like this, we'll just use our calculator. So for number 7, for example, the inverse tangent. And when you read this, say the inverse tangent of 2.1. So the inverse tangent of 2.1, we'll hit the second key in our calculator and then the tangent key to employ the inverse tangent. Then we'll enter 2.1 and we'll get about 64.5. If we round to the nearest degree, that rounds to 65. All right, the last problem we did in class as an example was solving this triangle. So we know that QR is 3.1, and we know that QP is 8.9. And we know that the measure of angle Q is 90 degrees, but we don't know the other angles and we don't know RP. So we have to find those. This work's already been done because this is what we did in class. So to find the side PR, this one, we would use the Pythagorean theorem. It's a right triangle. So the square of the hypotenuse, RP squared, is equal to the sum of the squares of the legs, 3.1 squared plus 8.9 squared. And that's how we get that RP is about 9.4. Now what about the angles? How can we find angle R? Well, if we were at angle R, look at the sides that we know. This is the opposite side of angle R, opposite and adjacent. So opposite and adjacent, OA, that's OA, that's TOA, SOHCAHTOA, that's the tangent ray. So tangent of angle R is the opposite side over the adjacent side. We need to know what R is. So to get rid of tangent, we do the inverse tangent. We do it to both sides. So the inverse tangent of the left side undoes tangent, leaving us with R. In the inverse tangent of the right side, we put it into our calculator and get 70.8 degrees. All right, and then to find the measure of angle P, if this is 90 and this is 70.8, we know that we need 19.2 more degrees to get up to 180, or 90 plus 90, so these two angles are complementary. R and P have to add up to 90, so what else would you have to add to this to get up to 90? A little less than 20, 19.2. All right, that's it. I hope this helped. By all means, if you were absent, definitely read the section. It explains these really well, and it has more examples. Please don't hesitate to send me an email if you have any questions on the assigned exercises for practice. In this slide, we're showing how inverse operations undo each other. To get rid of the square root sign, we did the inverse operation of squaring. Then it was gone. To get rid of minus 5, we did the inverse operation on both sides of plus 5. Then it was gone. To get rid of e times 3, we did the inverse of times 3, which is divide by 3, and then it was gone. So when we have trig functions, we have to do the inverse trig functions to make them go away and solve the equation.